Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about engaging cooperation. For all those who have joined us for the first time, welcome to the village. Please feel free to check out our other videos on topics such as decluttering, DIY Montessori on a budget, and tantrums. So today we're going to talk about engaging cooperation. How many of you feel like you're constantly on repeat, saying no, stop, don't touch that, no, don't, come here, stop. And it's almost like we're a broken record. Well, I'm here to tell you that things can actually be different. So one thing that we have to remember is that toddlers are moving through a stage of autonomy, and this can start as early as even 9 months or even earlier, where we see that infants and toddlers just want to figure out their position in the world around them. So that could be in their dealings with us, so their relationships. And as you see toddlers growing up, moving through that 14-month, 16-month, 18 months, they really do start testing boundaries. And this is completely normal, and it's all part of their development. So how do we support their or moving through a stage of autonomy and trying to engage their cooperation? 3 things that I'm going to teach you today that will help you through. Number 1, be objective. What do I mean by that? So instead of saying things like, don't climb on the table, for example, you would state, the table's not for climbing. So what I did there was I took the person out of the equation and I made it really objective, stating a fact almost. The table's not for climbing. So that way the child doesn't feel like they're being personally attacked for something that maybe they just wanted to, see what it was like to climb up on a table. Obviously that's not the appropriate thing to do. So we're kind of diverting them to tell them what they can do, which is going to lead me to my second point, rather than what they can't do. So for example, with the table's not for climbing. Another example, a child's eating their dinner with a fork and decides to peg the fork across the table. I would state, forks are not for throwing, they're for eating. So again, that way we didn't attack the child's character or put the blame on them for doing something wrong. We've just made it really objective. That brings me to point number 2. Don't say don't. And I know many of you are going to think, what do you mean? How can I not tell them to do something? But what I mean is rather tell them what they can do rather than what they can't do. And what I mean by that is, so let's take the table example. The table's not for climbing. You can climb the stairs or sit on a chair. You choose. So what I did there was I gave the child 2 choices of what they could do that were similar to what they were trying to do. With the fork example, forks are not for throwing. You can eat with the fork or you can choose to pack it away. So if a child decides not to use something appropriately, they can choose then not to engage with that, whatever it is. So point number 2 was to don't say don't and tell them what they can do instead. That leads me to point number 3, offer a choice. So in the example before, I offered a choice. With the fork, it was choosing to eat with it or choosing to pack away. With the table, it was choosing to climb the stairs or sitting on a chair, because those were the appropriate things to do. To give you another example of offer a choice is, for example, a child doesn't want to put their shoes on. They're really struggling. You've got to get out the door. You don't know what to do. First thing, you acknowledge their feelings. You really don't want to put your shoes on. Second thing, we have to go. So state your expectation. It's time to go. We need to wear your shoes. This foot or this foot first? You choose. As soon as you ask a child to choose, they automatically feel like they're in control again. And that's all it is for a toddler. They want to feel like they are empowered to make choices themselves too. So when we allow them to make choices on how to do something rather than what to do, so we didn't give them a choice of putting their shoes on or not, because we have to wear shoes to go out. And that could be another thing, just stating an expectation. We wear shoes to leave the house. You've given them a choice on how to do it. So that way they feel empowered yep, I'm making a decision here. It's my choice. So if you follow those 3 steps, or even just use one technique, so don't say don't, tell them what they can do instead, offer a choice, they really feel like they are in control of the situation, and it will help them to engage cooperation. So give those a go. Tell me how it works for you, and I'd love to hear your comments and feedback, and can't wait for next week's topic. Bye.